Okay, let's check out 26 through 30 on the 7th grade MCA packet. Number 26 says 35% of what number is 28? To me, this is kind of like a word puzzle, so I like to use keywords and set up an equation. Now, this is not the only way that you can do this, as are a lot of the problems have lots of different ways you can do them and figure them out. Here's what I would do though. 35% of some numbers, that means 35% times some number, or 0.35 times some number, equals or is 28. And in order to solve, I can take 28 divided by 0.35 to get our answer. And it turns out if you do that, you get a pretty nice answer here. As you can see, your choices come out to whole numbers. But if you did have to do this longhand, it would look like this. Oops, getting ahead of myself here. We do want to add some zeros because what we're going to do is move this decimal over 2 spots and also move our decimal over 2 spots as well. So we're really checking to see how many 35s go into 2,800. And it turns out if you use 8 here, 35 goes into 280 8 times. So 8 times 5 is 40. 8 times 3 is 24 plus 4 gives me the 280. And it comes out to 80. So 35% of 80 is 28. You can always check that. 0.35 times 80 should give you 28 then. Alright, number 27. The circle has a diameter of 8 inches. What is the circumference of the circle? They give you this formula: circumference equals pi times diameter, or 2 pi r, so twice the radius times pi. So they give us the diameter is 8 inches. So I'm going to go 3.14 times 8, and really there's only going to be one of those that makes sense. B, since 3 times 8 is 24, and you can actually go through and figure out that is the exact answer when using those numbers. So, all right, number 28. The volume of a cylinder is approximately 88 centimeters cubed, or cubic centimeters. If the height is 7 centimeters, find the radius. All right, so here we need the formula again. This is volume of a cylinder. Now the volume of any, what's the word I'm looking for? Prism, there we go, is area of the base times the height of the figure. So I'm just going to use the h there. Alright, so they give us the volume, it's 88. And they give us the height is 7, so this is h, okay? Now we need to figure out the radius. So the area of my base, important to know that the area of the shape at the bottom or our base is a circle because we have a cylinder. So the area of the base formula is pi times radius squared, or 3.14, as they want us to use, times radius squared. So I'll just put r squared. And that's what we're going to be solving for. We want to figure out the radius times the height, which is 7. Alright. So it turns out then, here's what I would do. I would reorder some stuff so that I have 88 equals, and I would do 3.14 times 7. I am going to use my calculator real quick to see what that comes out to. So 3.14 times 7 comes out to 21.98 times r to the second. Then I'm going to divide both sides by that 21.98. And then I'm going to be left with r to the second equals something. So we'll do 88 divided by 21.98. And we get 4.0036 about. Okay? Now in order to solve for the radius, I don't want r squared, I just want r. I just square root both sides. Well, let's ignore that. Approximately, we're looking at, if we were to square root this, we'd be at about 2 centimeters, because the square root of 4 is 2. We're very close to 4 there. So I would say 2 centimeters there for that answer. Alright. Alrighty, moving on here. The height of a cylinder is the same as its radius, which expresses expression below represents the surface area of the cylinder. This one's very interesting. They don't give us any numbers. So we need the formula of surface area, which they do give. So surface area equals perimeter of base times the height of the figure plus 2 times the base area. Alright, so it says the height of the cylinder is the same as the radius. Alright, so we will put in here, so the perimeter of our base, now remember the base, now we're talking about a cylinder, is going to be circumference. So that's pi times diameter, or 2 times the radius times pi. Alright, now h, they say, is the same as the radius, so I'm going to call h r, and then 2 times the base area, which is, we're talking about a circle, pi times r to the second. Alright, so what do we really have here? If we reorder some stuff, I can do 2r times r. Well, the r times r gives me r to the second. And I also have a pi there, and I've got a 2. So 2 pi r to the second plus 2 pi r to the second, or r to the second. If I add these two things together, they're like terms. I can say 4 pi r to the second. There we go. Very interesting for that one, huh? No numbers. They just give us some stuff to work with there, make you think critically on that one. That's a tough one. All right, and lastly here, number 30. What is the scale factor of triangle ABC to triangle DEF? The scale factor, if we look at the side lengths, so 4 is to 8, and 4 is to 8, and 8 is to 16. So what is their ratio? That's a 1 to 2 if I look from ABC to DEF. It's double on the other side. So 1 to 2 scale factor. Or I take the original triangle side lengths times 2 to get the second triangle side lengths there. And we'll talk about similarity on the next question, which goes along with that as well. So, alright, that's all I've got for you for these.